Hey, it's Dr. Greg Jones, and welcome back to the Optimization Academy, and not just the Optimization Academy, but the crash course portion of the Optimization Academy. And today, in this episode, I want to talk to you about testosterone and low libido, but mainly low libido is going to be what we're going to talk about today in this short segment here. So libido is your sex drive, right? And so fancy name to say, but essentially it's your sex drive or your desire to have sex. Now, testosterone, for those who don't know, and most likely if you're listening to this, you know what it is a hormone that is responsible in men for what gives us our secondary sex characteristics, so growing hair and muscle and all that. And so testosterone in men, again, is primarily produced in the testicles, but women also produce testosterone. And this is important because, and if I say testosterone funny, I'm in the middle of an Invisalign thing, and so it's giving me a mild speech impediment, but neither here nor there. So when it comes to women, you are going to produce testosterone in your ovaries, right? And in both men and women, you're going to produce a little bit of that testosterone in the adrenal glands via another hormone called DHEAS or DHEA sulfate. Now, the good thing about it, which makes it simple for some of us doctors here, is that I'd say good thing about it, but at the end of the day, the symptoms of low testosterone are going to be kind of similar, almost exactly the same in both men and women. So we know it's going to cause low libido. We know that's going to decrease muscle mass as you get older. It's going to make it more difficult to lose fat. We know it's going to cause brain fog or difficulty concentrating. We know it'll lead to a decrease in motivation and confidence and assertiveness, can lead to sleep disorders, and just all these things that just make you feel like you're kind of past your prime or not feeling like yourself 100%, right? And so that being said, we know that libido and low libido is a symptom of low testosterone, right? So when I set out to do this, it's because as I see more patients, we're always saying, hey, you have low libido, and then you get their testosterone levels are low, and it's like, okay, and you have this causation correlation thing, but not as simple as that. I'm going to talk about some of the other symptoms of low libido. But, when I start to look into this, I'm thinking there's going to be some receptor for testosterone in the primitive part of the brain. Maybe it's in the amygdala, maybe it's in the prefrontal cortex. You don't know. You think like, why is low testosterone going to lead to low libido? But the reality is we don't know. Scientifically, there is no exact cause of this, but we do know that as testosterone levels lower, libido will lower as well. And they've done studies that have shown this, right? And so that being said, when it comes down to it, we know that testosterone is it, but is it the only thing, right? If it was that simple, you say, hey, you have low libido, here's some testosterone, and boom, your libido issues go away. But it's a little bit more complex than that. So let's talk about the other things that can cause low libido. Now, with my patients, when they come in and one of their chief complaints is low libido, and we run their hormones and we see their testosterone is low, that's great. It could be one thing, but I like having this drawing or something very similar to this drawing. We talk about, hey, why is my sex drive low? Or why is my sex drive low? Or why is my libido low? And this is especially important in patients that are on hormone replacement and testosterone replacement, because you get their levels good and it's like, hey, I feel better, but the sex drive just isn't there. So now we need to dig a little deeper. Right. And so some of the other things that can lead to low libido, trauma is a big one, right? It could be physical trauma, it could be emotional trauma, it could be just the mental health portion of it is that you've been traumatized by something in the past and now the sex drive just isn't there. Stress is a big one. Working a lot of hours, stressed out about work, stressed out about finances, stress is that no one's thinking about getting it on if you're stressed out. All right. Toxic burden, that is going to be more environmental toxicities. It can be decreased sleep, right? If you're having insomnia issues and not getting good enough quality sleep, it can lead to a decrease in your sex drive. Birth control pills can upregulate another protein called sex hormone binding globulin, and that will lower your free testosterone. Endometriosis and PCOS has been shown in research to cause low libido, hypothyroidism. So there's another one, right? You can have great testosterone and hypothyroidism, and now you're wondering why libido is not there when the numbers look great. Vitamin D deficiency, insulin resistance, and diabetes, another cause of it. So you want to drill down to it and get to the root cause of why the libido is low and not just go right to that blue there to low testosterone. Okay, so when it comes down to it, now the question is, how do I raise my libido? And that drawing really kind of spells it out to you, is getting to the root cause, not just optimizing your hormone levels. It's also making sure your thyroid is good, make sure there's no stress, depression, anxiety issues that are not being dealt with, making sure there's not blood sugar issues, making sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're exercising. Now, that list I put isn't all encompassing, but it's many of the things that we look at when it comes down to improving libido. And what can you do about it? Again, get to the root cause, find a doctor that's not only going to look at your labs, but listen to you and what's going on in your life so you understand how you can improve this, and then look at strategies to improve libido. So that being said, we know that low testosterone can cause many symptoms that affect your overall health, one of those being low libido. But don't just shine the spotlight on testosterone. Look deeper than that. You and your physician look deeper and determine why this is going on, because low libido can wreck your relationships, can wreck your mood, can wreck your self-esteem, wreck your confidence, and all these things you need to be a functioning, happy person. So that being said, I hope you all learned something from this crash course. It was a pleasure doing it for you, and I look forward to the next one. If you have any topics you'd like to get into the crash course, let me know in the comments section. And we'll talk to you soon.